So now I am going to deal about PHP. Okay. So before you want to learn PHP, you need to also learn some technologies like HTML, CSS, JS, jQuery, PHP, and SQL. This is the full stack web development course. In this HTML, CSS, JavaScript is mandatory to learn the PHP. Okay. So use of HTML is we just keep text in the web pages. Okay. Coming to CSS, we can add some colors, images, designs, attract for the attractiveness. We go for CSS. JS is for validation manipulation. It's a purely client-side server technology. Okay. And coming to PHP, PHP is an asynchronous of, as also known as hypertext preprocessor. Is PHP is a purely server-side scripting language which is used to generate the dynamic web pages. Okay. So coming to SQL is a database. Now I am going to deal about PHP. Okay. So if you want to go for any dynamic site, definitely you need to go for PHP for the backend technology. In the front end, you can design as HTML, CSS, or else you can design in Angular or some other technology. But if you want to go for backend, you can choose one of the backend technologies, PHP. Okay, is a server-side scripting language. What is PHP? PHP is a hypertext preprocessor. It's a widely used open source technology executed in the server side. Okay. Now, if you want to save any file, definitely you have to save with the file extension like .php. Okay, .php extension is the .php. So what are the uses of PHP? PHP is to generate the dynamic web pages, and it also read, create, write, delete, and close the files from the server. Okay, and it also collect the data, and it also send and receive a cookies. Send and receive a cookies nothing but is an example of when you are registering in a site. If they send OTP to your mail, then you need to enter the OTP. If you enter OTP and then they send OTP is matched, then you are able to log in, right? So in this case, if you want to store, so compulsory the person in the server side, the send OPT should be saved, right? Without send OPT saved OTP, we can't compare with the enter OTP. So in this case, we need to store in so the OTP should be stored in the session or cookies. So we send and receive cookies we can use there. Or else when your user are trying to redirect to another page without login, is redirecting to dashboard. Then we need to we need not redirect because they did not log in, right? So we need to check in that some cases we use cookies and remember me actions, save passwords, we can use the cookies. Coming to PHP can do like add, delete, update, get data from the database. Okay, so this purely called code operations. Code operations can create, update, read, delete. Okay, so if you want to edit some data, if you are to add some data in the database, then you can use by using PHP you can do that. And PHP can do the encrypt and decrypt. If you want to, if some other persons are not able to see the passwords, right? It is in encrypted format. Some other confidential information is in encrypted format. In this, PHP can do the encrypt and decrypt data. Okay, so definitely if you want to work the PHP, definitely you need to install PHP server, right? So for the PHP server, we have many servers like XAMPP, WAMP. Now I am going to use XAMPP. Okay, so it's an open source, free to download. Just go to the download in the Apache server. Just go to the XAMPP installation. We can directly download the based on your Windows or Linux or OS. Based on that, you can download this. So after downloading, we'll get like this. So you'll get one installation application file. Just if you run this file, it will have the access and installation process. It will continue with the installation process. Okay. So it will like the welcome to the XAMPP setup wizard. Next, and is what the server components that are going to install when you install this XAMPP. Showing these components, and next if you want to select the path, you can select the path. I need to install in the C drive, then you can keep the C drive link. Okay. So like that, after installation, we directly I'm aborting this process because I already installed the XAMPP server in my PC. Okay. I installed in the C drive. There is a XAMPP folder, right? When we install a XAMPP, it will directly go to the drive. You can check in the drive where the place you are located for the XAMPP. Just go to that place and you can see the XAMPP folder. In the XAMPP folder, there are many subfolders. Okay. In this many subfolders, just go to the down, scroll down, and you can see the XAMPP control, right? When you click on XAMPP control, it will open this window, and at default it will like start all the start buttons to each and every module. So if you are working in the front end, just you need to start Apache. If you are working with the back end also, you need to start SQL. Nothing but front end back end means if you are working only in the design part, we can start only Apache. If you are working with the database also, you can start MySQL. Others you no need to start. Okay, this is the port number which we can access our PHP files. Okay, that's all about the server. Now I want to write the small intro just for this. So just for first you should create one file folder. Those folders separate the modules, right? So go to XAMPP folder. In this XAMPP folder, all our projects will be in the htdoc file. Go to htdoc file and create one new folder. So give the folder name, any other folder name, PHP online. Okay, I just write like this. So in this PHP online, you need to save all the files. So while you are saving the files, just save as XAMPP PHP online, save as intro.php. Okay. So there are now we need to follow the syntax. So syntax follows mainly two things. First should be the open tag and second should be the closing tag. If you want to write anything in the PHP, that should be in the open and closing tags. Okay. It follow open or closing tag. So see how. So I have open tag and the closing tag. In this now, so now I'm just printing an hello statement. So for the printing, just I will explore another file about this echo. Just I just see an example. Hello, I want to print hello world. So just I wrote the some statement. This statement should be printed in the output. So for this thing, so to print in the output, to access an PHP file, just go to the browser. After go to the browser, just put a localhost. In this localhost, just keep. If you have any port numbers we can. If you go for this tab, we can access here port number 80, 443. So if you have any port numbers like this, you can directly access port number like 80. So if you don't have any port numbers, then you can directly any port. You don't have any port numbers, that means default is 80. So if you have any other number like 81 or 82, you can directly give that number. My number is 80, so I'm providing that. And then PHP online. This is my folder name. So you can access by the folder name. See here, I got on the file. Just click on this file, you get the output. Okay, this is simply the execution of the PHP file. So, then simple syntax. If you want to print another statement, island tech. So both in between those just print BR because it both will print in a single line. So it should be the clumsy. For that purpose, I am printing in the underline by using the PFBR statement. Okay. we have both. Okay, these are simple statements. Okay, now we will go. Now we will deal about the comments. There are two types of comments like single line comment and multi line comment. Why we go for comments? Basically, two things that we use the comment. First thing is that um, when you are working, just we have when you are working in the large projects, then we have multiple lines, right? Like thousand lines of the project, 2000 lines of the file, 3000 lines of the file should be there, right? In this 3000 lines, the if you have contact module, we have about module, we have services module. So if you want to defer the module to module, then you just put then uh, about module start here, about module end here, contact module start here, contact module end here. Just put like that. Okay, that is simply for understanding. Second thing is, in the present, in this present situation, you don't need one module, but in future it needs. Okay, then you just put the whole code in the comments. To put the comment that won't execute in the browser, so if once is output in the browser, just it will have code will be in the file, but the output won't be declared. Okay, that is the purpose we use comments. So for single line, we have, see here, this is single line comment in the PHP. uh, for testing, I'm writing for testing some code. See here, if this statement won't print because it is in the comments, right? See, this is another single line comment. There are two ways of putting a single line comment. The one is double slash, another one is hash. If you want to go for multi line, slash start slash. Okay, in between is the you need to write the code. I am re-entering this code all just here. Green color indicates that should be that all the code in the comments. Okay, this then about the comments. Next, we'll discuss about variables in the new file. Okay, save the file. I taken a new file, so save this file in the. So variable. Actually, variables use it to store the data, right? In a PHP, if you want to declare a variable, that should be start with a dollar sign. So the start dollar sign with the variable name. So I have a variable like Islander. And if you want to print this variable, dollar name, just automatically name prints, right? The variable.php. Just execute this file. See here, variable.php, Islander. I have another variable like we can declare multiple variables. See here, just put an echo br. Islander one. Okay, these the type of declaration of variables. So I will check with one more example. I have variables like $x equal to 10, $y equal to 15, 5, $c equal to $x plus $y. So echo $c. See here, 50. That is the printing of variables. Variables is to store the data. Okay, that's the variable. Variable sign should be start with the dollar. So now we are going to discuss about echo. There are two statements to print output in the browser. First one is echo, and the second one is the print. Echo has no return value, but print returns one. Okay. One minute. echo. Just echo if you want to print anything in the browser. If you want to see anything in the just you should use echo statement. So I have $x is equal to some srx something, no anything, hello world. So this is the variable declaration, right? If you want to see this output in the browser, definitely you should put echo. You just use echo. See hello world. So coming to print underscore r of hi. Just to print the hi statement. Okay. See here, it get the hi. This is the simple. See, both are same. Okay. There are more no differences between echo and the print, but only one difference is it will return the value. It doesn't return the value. It return the value. Okay, that's all. Mm, so yeah, just I have array. Array means array store the multiple values. Array is a single variable which we can store the multiple values, right? Suppose I have a array like details. In this array, I have the name, and then I have the phone number, and then I have mail ID along with the age. Okay. Okay. If you want to see this array in the output, just use echo. If you use echo, it won't print. See once here, array to string conversion is we get the error. So for this type of output, we have to use print underscore r. So if you want to put print an array in the output, just use print underscore r. Then we'll get an output. Okay. See here, we got the error. But if you want to access particular key, just mention with the index. Okay. So array index starts from 0. Is there 0? This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Just keep and 2. We get an output. Okay. This is the printing statement. Echo and BR. Okay. Next we have data types. There are many data types like string, integer, float, so string, integer, boolean, array, object, null. These are the many data types we have. Okay. Just we'll see in detail about that each and every data type. So first one is a string. So for this, I'm declaring one variable. So just a click $x. Just it will print the statement, right? Highlander. Okay. And then second one is integer. Integer means string nothing but group of characters, right? It must and should be indicates in the double quotes or single quotes. And integer nothing but is a single digit must should be for integer. So if you give like this, it's also considered as string. An empty space also considered as a string. Okay. For particular, if you want to go for integers, particularly it must have single or one digit, right? So I'm declaring $x one. If you want this, just echo $x. We can access. So this is an integer. If we keep like this decimal value, so this is not come under the integer, it come under the float. Okay. This is an integer. Next, after float, we have boolean. Boolean means either true or false, right? Actually, boolean case when we can use this case in conditional statements. Just I will go to the example while I'm if I say the conditional statement. Just uh, just will declare like true or false. Just will declare like this. That's all. Okay, this is an boolean. Next, an array. Arrays actually I already discussed with the array, right? This is an array. Float must set to the floating value. And finally, object. Object nothing but object is a class, is an blueprint of class. Okay. The class consists of properties and methods. So if you want to access any property or any method from the class, we need to create object for that class. Simple like that only. Just, but I'm creating one class. My class name is some phone. So class consists of properties and methods. So I'm creating one method. My method name is also phone. In this phone, nothing but function. In this phone, I'm mentioning the model of this particular phone. This model. Model of the phone is um, Realme. Okay. Just if you want to access this model, we need to create object for this class. If you want to create object, just declare take one variable, my obj. Okay. In this my obj, just create new is an keyword. Create object for the class. Just to access echo by using this model. You get a model. Okay, just simple. Simple. Just see, it will get the model in the output. See here, really. If you want to access anything from the class, we need to create object for the class. Our class consists of methods and the properties and the methods. If you want to access any value from that method or property, then we need to create object for the class. So by using that class, we can access that particular variable. Okay, that's all. Use them data types. Next, we go for conditional statements. We have many conditional statements. We have 4 types of conditional statements in the PHP. If, else nested if else. Okay. The if else conditions. So first we'll check. We go for if. So I think before going to learn these, we go for operators. After learning the operators, we go for learning these condition statements. We have operator statements like arithmetic operators, logical operators, string operators, array operators, just I will say the names if you want, you know already, right? In arithmetic operator, we get like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modular division. Okay. This will come under the arithmetic operators. The assignment operators we get like equals to means something we if, this is another type of example. Uh, this format I will discuss with the later. Okay, what is this format? Comparison operators equal double equals to triple equals not equal. These are type of not equal. This is also type of not equal. Okay, this is not identical, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Next, increment or decrement operators. We have post increment, post decrement, sum plus plus dollar x. This is an pre increment. This is an pre decrement. Okay, and this is an post increment, and this is an post decrement. These are four types of we have. On logical operators, double and double R. We don't mention with the symbol. Just mention with them this only. Uh, the double and type symbol is nothing but R, not, and string with dot means concatenation, right? So this is a concatenation. Array nothing but will keep array operators also nothing command equal double equal to these only array also nothing more. Condition operators means ternary operator. Ternary means question mark is also compare whether two numbers are greater than or equal to, like comparison only, double equal. Expressions based on expressions we compare. These are the basic examples. So for the I will go for two three more examples. These are all operators we use in the conditional statements only. So if you want to compare two numbers, if you want to add two numbers, if you want to subtract two numbers, if you want to compare with the two numbers the same uh, whether this is the same data type or not. These are the for loops will go for increment or decrement operators. These all come under the conditional statements and looping statements only. So these are the operators. So simple. If you suppose if you want to go for arithmetic operators means just I will say one. I will go with two three examples. So if you have dollar x equal to 10, dollar y equal to 15, 25, then dollar c equal to dollar x plus dollar y, then echo dollar c. That's all. It's like that only. Want to compare the two numbers, then we'll go for conditional statements. That example we'll see later on. Based on the conditions, we'll write like, okay. Next, conditional statements, looping statements, functions. We will discuss in the next class. Okay.